Countries are rushing in to actively evacuate their citizens from cities across Sudan. Saudi Arabia was the first country to announce rescue operations for its stranded citizens. On the 24th of April, a ship carrying rescued people from Sudan arrived in the Saudi Arabian city of Jeddah. Nearly 200 people were rescued. These included wheelchair-bound elderly women and babies asleep in their parents' arms. They had to make a daring journey.
Thank God we managed to get out safely. We traveled for about 10 hours from Khartoum to reach Port Sudan, from where we boarded the ship. And then we spent 20 hours on this ship to reach Jeddah.
By the 25th of April, Saudi Arabia had managed to evacuate 356 people in total. This includes 101 Saudis and 255 foreigners from over 20 countries, including South Korea. An aircraft carrying 29 South Korean evacuees also arrived in Jeddah. From here, they will travel in a larger military aircraft to Seoul. An estimated 3,000 Indian citizens are presently located throughout Sudan. Soon after the fighting erupted on the 15th of April, many of them started sending appeals for evacuation via Twitter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. India launched Operation Kaveri to evacuate its citizens, and the embassy in Khartoum was quick to start a helpline that provided evacuation-related information. The government said that it is focusing on the safety of all those stranded in Sudan. To carry out the evacuations, India has positioned 2 transport aircraft of the Indian Air Force in the Saudi Arabian city of Jeddah and a naval ship at a key port in Sudan. The Indian government is also coordinating closely with several partners for the safe movement of its stranded nationals. Other countries have also come to its aid. Recently, 3 Indians were evacuated to Saudi Arabia, and a French evacuation mission helped 5 Indians escape Sudan. On the 23rd of April, a convoy carrying French citizens was attacked in Khartoum. 1 person was injured. The warring Sudanese armed forces and the Rapid Support Forces each accused the other of carrying out the attack. France shut down its embassy in the Sudanese capital and launched an evacuation plan, calling it Operation Sagittaire. President Emmanuel Macron confirmed that France had managed to evacuate 538 people from Sudan, including 209 French citizens. They were flown in military planes to the French airbase in Djibouti. Britain was quick to evacuate diplomatic staff and their family members from the war-torn country, but over 2,000 British nationals remain trapped in Sudan, many of whom complained about feeling abandoned. Amid criticism that they have been slow to help citizens, the UK government announced that it will begin evacuation flights when Germany relinquishes temporary control of an airfield north of Khartoum. Military flights are now evacuating those with a UK passport. On the 23rd of April, U.S. Special Operations Forces carried out an evacuation of the American embassy. Such embassy evacuations are quite uncommon. US officials said that their helicopters were on the ground for less than an hour. Authorities said they had airlifted fewer than 100 people with 3 Chinook helicopters. After the last employee had been rescued, the US shuttered its embassy in Khartoum indefinitely. However, an estimated 16,000 American civilians are still trapped in the fighting in Sudan.
Even as we have temporarily suspended operations on the ground in Khartoum, our diplomatic and consular work in Sudan continues.
Saying it would be too dangerous to carry out a broader evacuation mission, Washington said they would assist those remaining Americans in Sudan to the extent possible. While some citizens received help from their home nations, others, like Rawan al-Walid, had to fend for themselves. As she sits in a cafeteria after crossing the border into Egypt, Intisar Mohammed El-Haj says she is too shocked to contemplate the future. She fled Sudan along with her husband and 3 children. Their lives have been turned upside down.
The hardest part was leaving the country amid the sounds of heavy explosions and gunfire. The conflict between the armed forces and the rapid support forces has almost divided the capital. We decided to use a cab and not our personal car to avoid being targeted. Even our driver was scared throughout the journey.
As countries carry out large-scale evacuations for protecting their citizens, she wonders who will come to the rescue of the Sudanese people.
Countries are evacuating their citizens from Sudan. This is really scary for us, the Sudanese people. Friendly countries are evacuating their citizens as well. But what's left for us, the Sudanese people?